Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, how are you? Hi. Hello.
Are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
I seen you wandering around here. You don't look like you're coming from town. Never heard it phrased in such a way before. I guess we're all trying to get our ships off the ground, ain't we? Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged. No kidding! Really? The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible! You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special, on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me. Sure, I'd be glad to take them off your hands. I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again. You know something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox. It's just... Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. You know where to find me.
Marauders can't see us in the dark. Why? I'll tell you what I can. Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check a room, but I got yelled at for snoop. Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does. What is it? The matter's been weighing on me. I'm staying put until I know what's become of Zoe. Don't... Look at that.
Nice.
Ever consider the marauder life? It's pretty sweet. I've
Been eating nothing but salt tuna for a year.
I know how you feel.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our... I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts? Go ahead. It is my job to keep two... I wish you wouldn't say things. Yes, as when I stand at my window and look out over my town, we are all part of the Spacer's Choice family. We are... Go ahead. Adelaide was our only flavor specialist. We are a Saltuna canning institution. Saltuna without flavor is like a cysty pig without tumors. Were it up to me, friend, I'd stack our larders with Saltuna galore. No other brand of Saltuna adds as much. But, and this is something we must keep between the two of us. You mean you don't know? Why, Monarch, of course. Spacer's Choice ran a mighty fishing enterprise. As it so turns out, Saltuna do not take as readily to the waters of Terra 2. Go ahead. That you are not one of us may work to your advantage. Adelaide and her folk loathe the people of Edgewater, you see. I admit the fault was mine. I'm about as diplomatic as a brisk... Scripture tells us we all have our purpose in the world. Yes, we have lost good workers to desertion. We have lost even more to plague. But it is... Losing Adelaide was the hardest. Ever since... Go ahead. Can we not? Talking about unpleasant things... Show up to work, put in your hours, wear a smile. Problems of the body come from problems of the... And where do you suggest we find this magical panacea? Can we pan for medicine in the stream? Medicine is a rare and precious commodity. If you demonstrate you have earned the right... If I had enough medicine to treat everyone who fell sick, I would, but I... Adelaide's son was barely competent. I treat him with our medical rations, and it looks like I'm playing favorites. Now, I will not pretend to understand the suffering Adelaide must have felt on account of losing her... I wish she had stayed with us. That I cannot say. There was no moment when the plagues began. Disease always... But in the last 10 years, the plagues have become progressively worse and increasingly frequent. Corporate doesn't like us using the word should. It encourages the... I believe plague is a test. Go ahead. That you are not... Nature is uglier. There is safety here. Safe... Yes, we have lost good workers.
Here we go! Got 'em all!
I'm not in the lightest. The matter's pit. I'm staying. I'll tell you what. Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. Marauder gang just moved into the district's a little... Well, enough to know we never got on. So... She was lazy and thoughtless. What is it? I'm...
Any luck finding one of those manuals? No kidding. Look at that. 2 whole data pads. Be still my beating heart. Well, don't keep... Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little... That's a complete set. All 3 parts. Aside from you.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just... What's on your mind?
What happened? Sprat fell into a transformer again?
Put that away. You're making me nervous. I appreciate what you've done. Then we are at an impasse. Stuart, I am not perfect. I have... I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not...
Get ready! Are you out of your mind? You just killed him. Mr. Thompson. Reed Thompson, you know, my boss? I can't. I need to leave. I need to get away from here. I need to get away from you. You killed Mr. Thompson for talking down his nose at me? You got a real twisted sense of chivalry, you know? Let's just move on. I couldn't forgive myself if I let...
Look at that. You have a peculiar comfort with violence. Killing off my garden, gunning down Reed Thompson. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what... You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving... This don't put us on even foot. I might turn that over. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back.
thought I saw something.
Send this quick!
Who was that?
Open fire!
Is this your ship? Oh, my stars, Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but... I worked on the occasional supply coach in need of repair. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your... Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time. What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator? Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders. What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities. received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay. Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kelly. Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal. You might want to consider changing your clothes. More often. The ground breaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Can we talk? Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson? I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff. Thanks, Captain. I'll be... Did you want to talk about some... What? You want me to leave? Oh, that's a relief.